Hello. Today I'm going to plant out a whole load of squashes in the garden. So there's an awful lot of squashes that are absolutely ready to be out in the garden now. Some that are showing some signs of some stress, so I really want to get those into the ground. They're not going to go in the places that I had originally hoped they would, because I just haven't got that organised yet this year. Hopefully by next year some more raised beds will have been put into place during the autumn and winter, but there is, as they say, no huge rush. We're planning to be here for many years, so it doesn't really have to all be done at once. It would have been nice if I could have clicked my fingers and it all appeared, but that doesn't give me the same sense of satisfaction of creating the garden myself, or with the help of Mr. J. But these boys over here next to me desperately need to get into the ground. So last year this bed had, did it have it? Oh, it had brassicas in it. So it had the purple sprouting broccoli, and I haven't really done very much to build the soil here, so I can't dig down terribly far in it before I start hitting pebbles, because at some point in the past this area was very obviously under the sea, or was a beach. The river that we're very close to is a tidal river, and the garden is filled with little pebbles, large and small, that have obviously been worn smooth with the action of the water moving across them, which implies to me that the tidal river came up this high, and yeah, it's quite a long way over there now, but it's quite interesting to see how it can't have been that long ago. Well, maybe a million years ago or something, but who knows. Certainly quite a long time ago, but not all that long. I'll get there in a minute. But it is full of pebbles, and then on top of that we've got a layer of very sandy soil, and then a layer of rather unpleasant cloggy clay. So once the water gets through the clay, it drains out really quickly, and what would be ideal is if we could mix the layers up, but I don't want to mix this topsoil with the subsoil layers, because it's very precious, this topsoil. We've got very little of it, and we're doing as much as we can to rebuild it, but obviously that's going to take time too. So my plan here is to dig out some holes, maybe 6 for the whole bed, and I'm going to put some organic plant food in the base, cover that with a little bit of soil, pop the plants in, and then water them well, keep them well watered, and hopefully train them to grow in that direction towards what we call the pumpkin patch, and then we shall see how they get on. A small amount of food granules in the base and sprinkled around it. I don't want to overfeed. Overfeeding them doesn't actually do them any favours. So this is a spaghetti squash, which, well, that's looking like a pretty good root ball. Bound to lose a couple of leaves as I'm manoeuvring this around, and unfortunately that's going to sit slightly proud of the of the hole, but what I can do is come and top dress this with some compost, some homemade compost from the garden, from the compost bays where we've been making it. There is still a little bit that we can top up with, and then it won't be sitting proud of the ground. There we go. So once I've got them all in, I'll give them a jolly good watering, and then I will do the top dressing of compost to cover the roots, but also to create a bit of a mini swale, so that the sides are a little bit higher and it goes down into the middle, so that when I water it, the water stays in that area and doesn't just drain off. These are thirsty old plants and they're hungry plants, so a bit of food and any water I suspect will be gratefully received. Good luck, spaghetti squash. Now with this hole, I can already feel I'm hitting I'm hitting stones very quickly, which is not brilliant. It's not really what we want. There we go. So already hitting pebbles, and we're only a couple of inches down. You know, and it is what it is. This ground is not great. This is exactly why we're building raised beds, and it may well be that I will come and put some sides around this, so that I can then build the soil level up with the compost. There is still a little bit of leaf mulch left, or leaf mould rather, so I will do what I can to raise the level. I think I have to raise it after I've planted them, because I'm not going to get down very much further than this. Well, I don't think I will. Now, unfortunately, I've snapped the end of this off, which won't kill it, but it will slow down the fruit production, because it's now going to spend its energy sending out new growing points. But it's the best that I can do with what I've got. Mr. J very kindly come and helped me, because I was feeling a bit disheartened and a bit feeble. I've managed to get 5 of the squashes into that bed, and then we've covered over the bed next to it, which was very weedy and had the globe artichokes in it. So I've dug one of the artichokes up that I thought was actually dead. I found a really little offset, so I've dug that up and replanted it, and we've left the 2 that are in there uncovered. But other than that, all those weeds are now covered with plastic, and we've put on these 2 long pallets so that the squashes can climb up and over it, and it will just add to the amount of space that they've got to grow, at the same time holding that weed suppressing membrane down, which is just a good thing. So the next thing we're going to do is cover the edges of the plastic with wood chippings to help hold the edges down, and then that will be us done for today. And so wherever you are in the world and whatever you've got planned for today. I hope it's a good one, and I also hope you'll join me again tomorrow.